Sonic Forces. Oh boy. Some of you have probably been waiting for this after my amazing grade A video where I complained about some potential problems that the game might face. And after playing the game longer than I probably should have, I'm here. I'm good to go. I'm ready. So let's go. Alright, so the story right off the bat is just a lot darker. You know, Sonic dies, but little did you know, he's the main character, so he doesn't actually die, but I won't say why, you know, because it's a spoiler. But yeah, so a darker tone is something the fans and myself have kind of been asking for. It's kind of interesting to see a modern take on like a darker tone. And the game has like no shame in it at all. It tries to take itself seriously for the most part, which it does work pretty well. But there are just some points where it kind of falls flat on its face, and that's more in part with Sonic himself. The voice acting is really good, and the characters are pretty well written. But sometimes Sonic is just, I don't know, he's cracking too many jokes, you know. It's not good.
You may call me Infinite in the brief moments that remain to you.
Oh, great! See, Infinite? Now we're getting to know each other. So, what's your favorite color?
You like long, romantic walks on the beach? What's the source of your power? You can skip the first two.
I don't want to go in depth too much with the story, just because people are going to get butthurt about spoilers, so I'll leave that to you. The presentation in this game is fucking great. By far, it's one of the best looking Sonic games in recent years. The lighting, the models, cutscenes, everything looks pretty good. Environments are textured good. There's only a few issues that I've noticed. Some animations look off and pretty janky. There's this one scene that looks god-awful. It's where you go up to Shadow and he shows up. There's like a mouth animation and it looks really fucking bad.
Alright, Shadow, what's the deal? Chaos Control! Another Shadow?
Alright, so the music is, right out the gates, pretty different from what you'll get in a normal Sonic game. But I think it works out pretty well. There's some songs that are a little hit and miss, and that's in the classic Sonic stages. Classic Sonic's music sounds like he's trying to emulate how the Genesis used to sound, like the old Genesis music. But sometimes it's just like they got the wrong note or something, man. Like sometimes it just sounds really offbeat.
You've got to find Eggman quick. Let's see. The reading I picked up was through this way. This area is still relatively undamaged.
Gameplay, the most controversial thing out of this whole game. A lot of people are already mixed about this. So there's modern Sonic, the Avatar character, and classic Sonic. So modern Sonic has everything you need, minus the drift, the air dash, and the short hop. I don't know why they took away some moves from this boy, but kind of an odd choice. He controls pretty well for the most part. His flaws is in the 2D sections, the jumping. And I've heard a lot of people complain about this. And it's true. The jumping in 2D sections is kind of sluggish and janky. Sometimes you'll try and make a jump to a certain platform, and you'll just be going too slow where you either miss it or you overshoot it. So when it comes to platforming, it's pretty hard to make precise movements. The Avatar, like I said in my great video, I said it looks like just a slower Sonic, and in essence, it's basically that. Yeah, he doesn't have the boost, but he has the Wisp Bonds, which are like different power-ups, and they kind of make up for it. Some of them are pretty overpowered. The very first one you get, the Fire Wisp, that one's pretty overpowered. I think the best ones are the Fire, the Lightning, and the Drill Wisp, because you can just get a big ass burst of speed and just go through the stage and skip over triggers and shit, and it's kind of broken. With those broken weapons, once you find the ones you like, it kind of lacks the incentive to try out like all of them, which is a pretty big flaw in my opinion. Customization though is really good. There's a lot of options, there's a lot of weird ones too. Some examples are like there's a fucking scouter, there's a bunch of edgy clothing, the elusive gamer hat, you know, there's like these weird bodysuits in the game. But customization is really good. There's a lot of options in terms of clothing and in terms of like the type of animal you can pick. Modern Sonic and the Avatar are pretty alright. They're okay, they play kind of similar, but they're not bad. But my boys, classic Sonic. Let me he is the worst thing about this game, no doubt. I've heard so many people say it. I went into this game with an open mind, and he's fucking garbage. He's really bad. Remember earlier how I talked about Modern Sonic and his jump and how it's sluggish, and the same thing even applies to the custom character? Well, Classic Sonic's only in 2D, and they nerfed the fuck out of him compared to Generations. I thought in Generations the spin dash was OP, but of course they nerfed it, but like he feels really bad now. Like he feels very stiff and sluggish. Like if you try and go up a slope with Classic Sonic, you're not gonna make it. He'll stop halfway. Like he is that slow. He has the fewest levels in the game. I can't even count, but I think it's like 5 maybe. And this kind of shows me that he's an afterthought. I'm gonna bring this up because my old video, I said it was a cash grab, and it's like they bring him in for no reason, and they literally bring him in for no fucking reason. He has no influence on the story whatsoever. He comes out in a portal to save Tails because he's a big old fucking pussy now. It's my boy.
Should have done it.
What you doing?
Couldn't figure it out for you, buddy. I'm sorry
Oh.
I wasn't smart enough. Huh? Whoa, chaos!
Oh no, it's chaos.
Sonic, help me!
Oh no. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? But why?
You're alive! Wait, what? Oh, you're that
Fan
Sonic from
service.
another dimension, aren't you? Right, that makes sense.
No. This
Do you
doesn't
know
make
why
any
you're
sense. He doesn't even know!
The power that Eggman is using is somehow affecting other dimensions.
Sure.
It worked to our advantage. I mean, everything happens for a reason, right?
No!
We need to save the world.
That's-
Maybe that's why you're here. To help save the world.
You're supposed to be smart,
Good
Tails!
to see you, Sonic. Heck, it's good to see any Sonic.
No! And that's it. And then at the end of the game, he fucking disappears. Goodbye.
I guess this is goodbye.
Oh no,
Get
he's
home safely, Sonic.
he's going away.
And thanks for everything.
Oh, the thumbs up. Goodbye. Say bye-bye. Oh, fist bump. Goodbye.
Cheer up, Tails. I'm sure we'll run into him again.
No, what the No.
All right,
They
guys.
set it up for a
Time we
sequel.
cleaned up the mess that Eggman left this world in.
I found out later on that they just put him in to tie it into the story from Mania. But Mania's a better game in terms of the classic Sonic experience. If you want to play as classic Sonic, you go and play it in that game, or you play the Genesis games, because those are like so much better. He's not good He's really bad. Okay, level design. This is pretty controversial as well. Levels are pretty short. Sometimes they're like 1:30, and if you're lucky, maybe they're like 2 or 3 minutes. Levels are also pretty linear for the most part. I understand that there has to be some with modern Sonic because of the boost, and it's a lot of shit. Sometimes you're just running in a straight line, and like that's all you do for a good chunk of the Sonic stages, and I'm like, hello? Boss fights. I haven't seen too many people talk about boss fights, but boss fights, some of them are reused, believe it or not. There is a Metal Sonic boss fight, and you fight him, and it's kind of boring and repetitive, but it's okay. And then you fight Infinite, and his boss fight is literally the exact same as Metal Sonic. And I'm just like, were they really that lazy? So that's a good example. The final boss, oof, is a disappointment. I'm gonna be extremely honest. It's recycled shit. Like the very final form is recycled shit. Conclusion time. Sonic Forces. To me, I think I had a little bit more fun than I should have. It's just like replaying stages and getting outfits and being the completionist I am, but when I take a step back and I look at it, it's definitely not the worst Sonic game to come in recent years. I just think it's pretty average, pretty decent. It does have some strong points. Like, I thought the story was pretty good, the voice acting, the visuals. To me, Sonic Forces has things that were good about it and things that I feel like if they would have taken more time to polish, it could have been better. The animations, the physics, in terms of offering anything new, Sonic Forces didn't really add anything new. I mean, that's wrong. It added the fucking avatar and some other stuff, but in terms of level design, it did offer some new things, but I don't think it was enough to make it stand out too much. If you really like the modern Sonic games, go ahead and buy this game. It's an average game. So if you decide to complain about the price, this was a $60 game that went down to $40. So, I mean, if you're gonna be really picky about it, I'd say wait for a price drop. And if you guys are gonna complain about the price, instead of it being $60, they made it to, how much is it on Steam? Let me just check real quick. It's like $40, right? Hold on. Okay. Final score for Sonic Forces: 6 out of 10. The best game. Let's hope Sega learns from their mistakes and finds out what works with Sonic and what doesn't, even though that's been said so many times before. But fuck it, I'll just cut it off at that.